I'm Chris Foster, Fox News. Thousands of people are protesting as Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu speaks to a joint meeting of Congress. Those protesters chanting Free Palestine, calling for an end to the war in Gaza. Police say pepper spray has been used against protesters who've become violent and failed to obey orders to move back. Protesters inside are escorted out as Prime Minister Netanyahu asked Congress for continued support in the fight against Hamas and other terrorist groups.
For the forces of civilization to triumph, America and Israel must stand together.
He says anti-Israel protesters should be ashamed of themselves, calling them useful idiots of Iran's regime. Dozens of Democrats are boycotting the address. President Biden addresses the nation tonight about his decision to end his re-election campaign and endorse Vice President Kamala Harris. She spoke at the annual national gathering of the Zeta Phi Beta sorority in Indianapolis.
Joe Biden is a leader with bold vision. He cares about the future. He thinks about the future. He has extraordinary determination and profound compassion for the people of our country.
Former President Trump campaigns in Charlotte, North Carolina today. FBI Director Chrissy Wray says the man who shot and wounded him, killing one person, wounding two others at a rally in Pennsylvania, had looked up President Kennedy's assassination the day he signed up to attend that rally in Butler.
On July 6th, he did a Google search for, quote, how far away was Oswald from Kennedy?
He tells the House Oversight Committee Thomas Crooks flew a drone over the site 2 hours before the shooting and that at this point his motive is still unclear. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 411 points. The S&P and NASDAQ on track for the worst day of the year. Tesla and Google's parent company Alphabet with disappointing earnings reports out today. America's listening to Fox News.
Small business owners, we know finishing your to-do list can feel like rowing upstream. But it's a river, a whitewater river, and the only paddles you have are pool noodles. Then when a new to-do pops up, you're like, nope, I'm already rowing upstream with these pool noodle paddles. At Progressive, we don't want to make your day any harder. That's why we make it easy to get personalized discounts with a commercial auto insurance quote online. So your to-do list is smooth sailing. See if you can save on commercial auto insurance in as little as 7 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Coverages and discounts not available in all states and subject to policy terms and underwriting.
The best things in life, they come in twos. 2 scoops of ice cream, 2 tacos. And now for a limited time, get our best deal of the year. Buy any phone when you switch to Consumer Cellular and get 2 months of service free. That's right, the same fast, reliable nationwide coverage as Big Wireless, now with 2 months free. Proof the best things in life really do come in twos. Visit consumercellular.com or call 1-888-FREEDOM. Second and third month of monthly base service fee waived for new customers with the purchase of a phone and activation by July 31st, 2024. Taxes, fees, and third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Look out. How you doing? It's only me. It's only the Kimmer with Pete Davis, sidekick, producer, and sports raconteur extraordinaire. And the mechanical mangler at your controls today. It's Flounder and it's Hump Day, and the Braves got a double header for crying out loud.
Oh, the day I was born.
In fact, I have no how the Pete Davis, are the Braves playing? Are you able to monitor up there in the mountains of Macon, or what's going on?
I am. Last time I looked, they were losing, but that was like an hour ago, so I don't know.
Is it now? It looks sunny out there all of a sudden. It was kind of nasty for a while, but I guess they're going to get it in. I hope, or at least the first game. It's a doubleheader.
That's what she said.
Hell.
Yeah, right. It's 9-4. We are on the losing end.
9-4. Oh my gosh!
I mean, they're going to have to do something because this season is going south very quickly here.
Well, but my God, you'd have to overhaul.
This is Cincinnati. Yeah. They're getting their butts whipped by Cincinnati.
Yeah. Well, that Dela Cruz guy alone is probably doing most of the damage. I love watching that guy play. I mean, I just big kick out of that. It was like 6'8" shortstop or something. No one's ever heard of such a thing. Anyway, Pete Davis, Flounder. What's new with Flounder in your room there, sir? And is that Robert back there?
We have Robert back here helping us out.
Now, we knew Robert before, didn't we?
Yes, he was actually the first intern we had prior to Lucas.
Yeah. Then we had Lucas, and now we have Robert back again.
That's correct.
Robert got the short straw, so that's anyway. Robert, welcome aboard again, my friend. Now, is this going to be going on all summer? I
think it's ending. I think this is the last week because they're going back to school.
Yeah. By the way, I remember going back to school after Labor Day.
Yeah, mine was in September.
It's too hot to go to school,
our whole
George.
our neighborhood would say, "What are you doing for the Labor Day weekend before you go back to school?" I mean, even if school started before Labor Day, we said, no, we'll be back on Tuesday. The first day of school is the day after Labor Day. I mean, it was just for our whole lives growing up. This is going in August, good Lord, especially in the South.
It doesn't make sense.
All right, look, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, how y'all doing? And Robert, 305, and here's the number, 404-741-1230, 741-1230. I'm going to try to be a little more mellow today. And I would like your participation, too. We love phone calls around here, and there's a lot of things to talk about. For example, there was testimony today by the disgrace of Atlanta, the suspected Russian double agent, Chrissy Wray of the Federal Gestapo of Investigation. And although I was able to watch part of it this morning while I'm doing my work at home, and he did not seem to be dodging too many questions, and we'll talk about some of the things he did say. But he also made sure to point out that when the Democrats question these people, they say, Mr. Wray, isn't it true that you're probably the best FBI director we've ever had, and your agents only care about America? Yes, there's no bias in the FBI, and he says, please give me a break. But there's some new information about the shooter and his drones and staking out the place and things like that. So we'll updated information for you as we go through the day. Also, some other updated stuff. The Benjamin Netanyahu, the Israeli prime minister, has just wrapped up his speech where the Democrat Jew haters boycotted the meeting because God knows they wouldn't want to be listening to the head Jew in the world. You know, why would the Jew-hating Democrats want to listen to this guy? He made some wonderful, really just sparkling comments and really impressive stuff. And we'll, kind of pass along things like that as you go along, Dave. Oh, by the way, did you hear? Here's how much these Jew haters care about just being decent. The Democrat Jew haters, before the speech, went into the hotel where the Jewish delegation is staying, and they released all over the place maggots and crickets and creepy crawling things into the area where the Jewish delegation is staying. Just to say, here, how do you like our maggots? I mean, God. Oh, also a couple of updates. How do you feel about that, if you care one way or the other? Also, is it now, we're going to talk a lot about this, apparently now it's racist to say that somebody is a product of DEI, diversity, didn't earn it, diversity, equity, and inclusion. Now that's racist. So, I mean, my God, they're the ones who started it. So
they love DEI.
Exactly. And
what's wrong with being a...
I mean, the examples are just so obvious. I mean, they're astounding. And now all of a sudden, because people are pointing it out, they're saying, "Oh, that's wrong." Oh, and now all of a sudden they're saying, we're keeping our democracy by eliminating the democracy. They've decided to push aside their own candidate and have a woman at the head of the ticket who's never received a vote. I mean, anyway, we got so much about that. Oh, also, this is hysterical. This is one of our top stories today. All of a sudden, they're doing it again. The mainstream media is doing it again. It's going to be just like before, although she's not going to be able to stay in the basement. The mainstream media is now saying, now, wait a minute. Kamala was never the border czar. What are you talking about, border czar? She was never the border czar. I mean, well, excuse me. I mean, that's what they all called her. Anyway, so that's even Axios. And here's what they're saying. Multiple media outlets insisted Kamala's side piece was not the border czar, despite being put in charge of the border crisis when she took office, including Axios, which used that exact phrase in its own reporting. Axios roasted over a piece that contradicted its own reporting. The Trump campaign and Republicans have tagged Harris repeatedly with a border czar title, which she never actually had. She never had that. She was never the border czar. In Axios in 2021 said that Vice President Harris was appointed by Biden as border czar. Another Axios report by this reporter herself, Steph Knight, or Kite, I guess it is. Headline, Biden puts Harris in charge of the border crisis. And now they're saying, no. Today they said, no, we incorrectly called her that. We incorrectly said that. That was wrong. Yeah, that was wrong. Oh, my God. It's the Hunter laptop. I mean, they're doing it again. They're all doing it. And now we're racist if we mention that she was a DEI pick. And again, I saw the video this morning. I didn't even want to bother asking Founder to try to find it. I saw it this morning. I think Fox News played it. They had, who's that slimy guy with the Tawana Brawley fake? Al Sharpton. Al Sharpton standing next to President Wash Your Daughter, crime family pervert. This is before he picked her. And Sharpton is saying to the camera standing next to Biden, he says, well, Joe, you and I have talked, and I know you've talked that you want to have, you're definitely going to get a woman to be your vice president. And I know you've also said you want to get a black woman. So that's your goal, is to get another black woman to represent parts of America. And although you haven't named anyone yet, but I know we all know that you're looking forward to appointing a black woman as your vice president. He said it out loud. I mean, who doesn't know this? And now, there was no quota. There was no DEI thing. God, I hate these people. I mean, really, they're traitors to America. They're trying to once again change the truth. I don't know. They're going to do it again. They're going to do it again.
Did you know that her father was a Marxist professor?
Exactly. Yeah, Marxist professor. By the way, she raised in Canada.
Well, here's the point, though. Obama's father was a Marxist professor. Her father's a Marxist professor. They rose to the 2 highest jobs in the land. How many people in your life have you met had Marxist professors as fathers?
None. Zero. And
so when I call them Marxists, they're not Democrats anymore. I'm not kidding. That's what they are.
Yeah. Well, in fact, you'll hear some of her goals and commitments and promises, and including a whole bunch of them, which ought to make your head spin. Well, did
you hear what Netanyahu just said, by the way?
Bits and pieces. No, what?
He said, saying you're a gay for Gaza is like saying you're chickens for KFC.
He called the Jew haters demonstrating useful idiots for Iran. Which is pretty funny.
And her first foreign policy decision as the head of the ticket was basically to side with the barbarians and Hamas against our biggest ally, Israel.
By boycotting his speech. She went no part of that speech. And yet Netanyahu is going to make it a point to go see Donald Trump. I mean, he says, that's what's important. He says, I'm going to go see Donald Trump. I don't care whether she comes or not. I'm going to see Donald Trump. I mean, God, I hope, and now people are talking. Now, what do you think about should Donald Trump bring up things like her being a tramp in the past? Should he bring up, anything about her personally, or totally avoid it and let other people do it, or stay away from it entirely?
Let the Megyn Kellys do it. Let the underlings do it, and do it, and do it, and do it, and do it. But he doesn't have to do it.
Right. He better not do it. I think he probably should not do it. I think and plus, if he says anything about her sex life, they're going to go right back to him being convicted of fondling a girl in the restrooms or whatever. So changing them.
Okay. So. Are you going to vote for the guy who had a side piece, or are you going to vote for the side piece?
Exactly.
What you got.
And that wasn't even proven that he had a side. Again, they never actually confirmed anything about the Stormy Daniels business off and on. Anyway, even though he got convicted of the thing, I don't know. I'm so sick of this, and it's just every day. It's just, oh my God. Anyway, excuse me. Anyway, coming up. Just to let you know where she stands so she can't fake it, you're going to hear what Black Lives Matter thinks about this. Also, when she was on Jake Tapper talking about free stuff for illegals, along with her other stands, and comparing the TV show Veep to real life. Holy cow. 313, Kipper, Pete, and Flounder on 106 The Real. Look out.
President Joe Biden has just announced that he is dropping out of the 2024 presidential race.
History-making decisions like these are not to be taken lightly, which is why the conservative voice of Atlanta brings you the local and national voices you need most to make sense of all the noise. We bring you proud veterans, Atlanta Talk radio legends, and local perspectives that shape our communities.
It's going to be an interesting couple of months right here on Extra 106.3. The summer's got you thinking about hitting the road, and with back to school right around the corner, you need a vehicle built for the road and safe enough for the family. And Subaru of Gwinnett on Satellite Boulevard in Duluth has it for you. Like the 2024 Subaru Outback, which will take you as far as you want to explore with symmetrical all-wheel drive, plus up to 32 miles per gallon. And if you're up for adventure, it'll get you off the beaten path with up to 9.5 inches of ground clearance, more than Honda CR-V or Toyota RAV4, or the Subaru Forester, the SUV for all the adventures ahead, with a spacious and comfortable interior for everyone you want to bring along. And no matter where the adventure takes you, it starts on Satellite Boulevard in Duluth with the amazing staff at Subaru of Gwinnett. They'll help you find the Subaru that you love and be there every step of the way for everything you need. Start your shopping online at SubaruofGwinnett.com or come visit us today on Satellite Boulevard in Duluth. We're Subaru of Gwinnett.
It is so important to prepare in case of any emergency, and there's one place you can do that, and that's True Prep in Marietta on Cobb Parkway. But before you get into preparing, you need to know everything that goes into preparing. That's why they have all these great classes. They always have an intro to emergency preparedness class. What about a bug out bag? Make sure that you go to their class on that. And also, don't forget, they also do blood drives, everything else. It's your one-stop shop for preparedness. True Prep, Marietta, Cobb Parkway, or online, trueprep.com. That's TRU prep.com. Prepare today for a worry-free tomorrow at True Prep.
Have you thought about securing your hard-earned assets? Do you have concerns about the future? Protecting assets is crucial, and that's where Nelson Elder Care Law excels. As a family-owned and family-focused firm, we provide absolute assurance and peace of mind through our trademarked Absolute Protection Trust, tailored services in estate planning, probate administration, Medicaid crisis solutions, guardianship, and conservatorship. Our goal is to exceed your expectations and empower informed decisions. Visit NelsonElderCareLaw.com for asset protection and peace of mind.
Diamonds Direct Atlanta is now open. The nation's fastest growing jewelry store now has a location right here in Buckhead. Shopping for the perfect ring to pop the question? Or maybe an everyday diamond tennis bracelet? The experts at Diamonds Direct are sure to have exactly what you're looking for, no matter the occasion. With the lowest direct importer pricing, you can expect the best selection of certified diamonds at unmatched prices, all within a luxury showroom atmosphere that makes you feel right at home. Come see what other jewelers are trying to replicate. Diamonds Direct's unbeatable after-the-sale guarantees and warranties are the best you can find. Free cleanings, sizing, polishing, accent diamond replacement for the lifetime of your purchase. If that's not enough, they also offer a 110% upgrade policy for you to use as often as you'd like on your diamond engagement ring, pendant, or studs. Sounds too good to be true, right? Well, come see how Diamonds Direct is reinvigorating the jewelry industry at their brand new Buckhead showroom. When you want to have complete confidence in your jewelry buying experience, shop with the experts at Diamonds Direct. Now open on the corner of Maple Drive Northeast and Peachtree.
Foundation repair isn't pretty, but at Atlanta Ramjack, we make it easy. If you notice any cracks in your foundation, they need to be addressed as soon as possible to reduce additional costs that come with the repair. Why call us? Foundation repair is all we do. We have highly trained estimators that will thoroughly evaluate your home and only recommend what is needed. If you are experiencing foundation problems, please contact us at ramjack.com/Atlanta or call us at 770-502-8881.
I got them. How's it going? 318. It's only the Kimmer with Pete Davis and Flounder, and turned out to be a pretty nice afternoon. Kind of like summer. By the way, what happened to summer? It's freaking almost August. I mean, seriously, what the hell? Anyway, sorry. 318. Duran here. On this day in 2014, 10 years ago, Duran took legal action against an American company charged with running their fan club over unpaid revenues. Duran claimed they were owed about $40,000 by an Illinois-based outfit. The company had been charged with managing subscriptions and fan records for Duran, with 75% of the profits supposed to go to the musicians. That's a pretty good take there. Our birthday list includes, this is for you, Pete, Linda Carter. Yes, the original Wonder Woman, Linda Carter, 73 years old today. She was also President Marsden on Supergirl and the governor in the Super Trooper movies. I had no idea there were such a thing. Linda Carter, 73 years old. Not my type, but I know she was yours, and I wanted to make sure I pushed that along for you.
Well, yeah, because she was, a woman with the
Well, no, she's got bad legs and a funny mouth. I'm sorry, it's not my fault. She has a great rack, and that's it. She really didn't have very good legs, and she had a funny mouth on her. I'm sorry. But I know I did this for you because I know that she's like one of your dream girls. So I'm a
What's that Frank
I'm a giver.
Zappa song we like to play right now?
What's that now?
What's that Zappa song?
Flounder's busy. He and Robert back there. They're talking about what they're going to do tonight.
I found that the audio clip of him comparing gays for Gaza for KFC to chicken.
Let's play it.
Excellent.
Hold on real quick.
Okay, I'll write this down.
Here we go.
Okay.
Tickets for KFC.
Oops.
These protesters hold up signs proclaiming gays for Gaza. They might as well hold up signs saying chickens for KFC.
Oi.
I wish it's too bad. These things are happening before we're on. I mean, I'd love to be taking them live because I don't know. I kind of miss doing live stuff. It doesn't happen much anymore for some reason. Whatever. The world's different. That's all. Anyway, 320. Camera Pete Flounder and Robert Spector. And let's see. I didn't even do. I did my history. I didn't get my history lesson, and this is kind of cool. On this day, 1974, 50 years ago. The movie Death Wish with Charles Bronson was released as a vigilante, Paul Kersey, 50 years ago today. And
it's so bad.
Oh, it's horrible. Oh, my God. The acting is bad. The directing is bad. The cutaway shots of crowd reactions are bad. The cast is bad. Jeff Goldblum was one of the freaks in the Death Wish movie.
And so was Lawrence Hilton Jacobs, who was a sweat hog in Welcome Back, Kotter.
Yeah. I mean, it's unbelievable. It's like the guys who played the freaks in the first Arnold Schwarzenegger Terminator movie. Remember with the funny hair and he ran into him outside the bridge? Anyway, Jeff Goldblum, one of the freaks. It was 50 years ago with Charles Bronson. And then the remake in 2018 was with Bruce Willis, played the doctor, and who's a wife-daughter thing. And he was great. He was a surgeon doctor in the case instead of Charles Bronson. I forgot what. He was an architect, I think. And Bruce Willis' movie was really well done, I thought. And of course, as you know, I do like to point out that I was skiing next to Charles Bronson at Aspen at one time there, for the record, many years ago, back in the 90s.
Video of that we're going to see later?
There's no video, and unfortunately, my witness is dead. So that's.
Yeah, I skated with Sir Winston Churchill once.
Oh,
myself.
you did. I also played tennis against Martina Navratilova, Mr. Smarty. I don't have video of that either, but it was out in public and everything at the rec center. And anyway, whatever. All right, 404-741-1230.
If you don't write that book, all of these anecdotes are going to be lost.
Nobody cares. I just do it for my own entertainment. Nobody gives a damn about my life. In fact, I was trying to throw away my junk again last weekend. I have such great intentions. I get up in the morning, like at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. Okay, boy, I'm going to go through my junk, all my stuff. Yeah, well, right. And I said, what if somebody wants it? They don't want my stuff. I should just put everything I own in a big bags and throw it in the garbage.
Nobody wants to finger your junk.
That's right. That's what you, never mind. 322. Okay. Black Lives Matter. This was hysterical. I mean, all of a sudden they're trying to take the high road. There's Black Lives Matter saying, oh, no, wait, well, this is not a democracy. Wait a minute. You've never been in favor of a democracy. Are you kidding me? Black Lives Matter. Quote, we do not live in a dictatorship. Delegates are not oligarchs. Installing Kamala side piece as I added a word there, as a Democratic nominee and an unknown vice president without any public voting process would make the modern Democratic Party a party of hypocrites. Black Lives Matter demands that the DNC immediately host an informal virtual snap primary across the country prior to the Democratic National Convention in August. We want rules to allow public participation, not just a nomination by the party delegates. This political landscape is unprecedented. President Biden stepping aside and never been seen before. Party allies and billionaire donors are attempting to manipulate black voters by anointing Kamala side piece as with an unknown vice president as the new Democratic ticket without a primary vote. And again, they got a great point. Again,
when they're making sense? Oh, my God.
The party fighting to so-called save our democracy committed a coup on their own guy, and they're not allowing people to vote for their head of their ticket. I mean, it's hysterical. And they're the ones who, in fact, Well, come on, this guy Imhoff or whatever his name is, the husband for the side piece, and he was saying he was calling. He says Donald Trump, he says you Republicans, he said this is going to be easy, our freedoms are taken away, autonomy is taken away, we're going to move from that kind of thing. They're telling you can't read this, you can't do this, you can't learn these facts, you can't vote. All this is going to change. You're telling people they can't vote. That's what he's. The Democrats, everything they accuse it, they're the ones that are doing. I mean, it's such a cliche, we could say it every day. Literally, he actually said, we're going to stop you Republicans from stopping people to vote. I mean, how do they say that with a straight face?
BLM turned against her, and she raised money to bail them out 4 years ago, and they turned on her.
And that's another point I hope Donald Trump makes. When he can't attack her for her sexuality, but he sure ought to attack her for what she's done. Attack her freaking record. In fact, just in case you didn't know it, Flounder, let's get cut number 1 here, if you don't mind, sir. For the record, the Dominican Jew hater. By the way, Dominican is not racist because I made it up. So people are saying, well, if you call her DEI, it's racist, man. Let's call her the N-word. They say if you call her a DEI hire, you're calling her the N-word. That's what they're saying. They're trying to take that out of the equation now. Anyway, she's a Dominican, and that's my own phrase. I should copyright it. The Dominican Jew hater wants to take away our guns, wants to take away our ammo, and for the record, she was with CNN's Jake Tapper not long ago, a couple years ago, and pulled no punches on supporting millions of illegal invaders to get free stuff on your tax dollar.
Must be addressed.
The bill also says, quote, every individual who is a resident of the United States is entitled to benefits for health care services under this act. Not every individual who's a citizen, but every individual who's a resident. Mm-hmm. So you support giving universal health care, Medicare for all, to people who are in this country illegally?
Let me just be very clear about this.
There you go.
I am opposed to any policy that would deny in our country any human being from access to public safety, public education, or public health. Period.
There you are. If you can get here, we'll take care of you. She is also in favor of reparations. She's in favor of a citizenship for those 12 million people she let in. Even though she's no longer the borders are. Again, that just kills me. I can't stop thinking about that. They're doing it again. Don't let them get away with it. The media, they're going to hide and they're going to help her again. They're already starting. Anyway, reparations. She wants to pack the court, statehood for Puerto Rico and Washington, D.C. I mean, these people can't be stopped. We can't possibly let this happen. In fact, one of my favorite TV series, we're going to cut 3 here, Flounder. One of my favorite TV series was Veep. VEEP, with Julia Louis-Dreyfus as the vice president and an incompetent goof. And the character, a couple of guys from Arrested Development. I mean, it really had a really, really good staff, character people in her staff. And I really enjoyed the series. And now someone has put together a comparison montage. First, you're going to hear Julia Louis-Dreyfus from Seinfeld and Veep. And then, butt-tied right next to that is Carmela's side piece. See if you can tell the difference and see if it doesn't give you an indication of what this person's going to be like if she actually gets the top spot. Cut 3 there, Flounder, if you will, sir.
Americans, words have many meanings, and sometimes instead of conveying our meaning, they can suggest other meanings.
When we talk about the children of the community, they are children of the community.
Well, we are the United States of America because we are united. And we are states.
Talking about the significance of the passage of time, right? The significance of the passage of time. So when you think about it, there is great significance to the passage of time.
Whatever we have in store cannot be known. The past was once the future. The future is, I should say, unknown.
We got to take this stuff seriously as you are, because you have been forced to have to take it seriously.
Obesity is a serious disease, and it needs to be taken seriously.
You need to get to go and need to be able to get where you need to go to do the work and get home.
I hope that clarifies the issue, and this can be the last word on those words.
Certain issues are just settled.
Clearly we're not.
No, that's right, and that's why I do believe that we are living, sadly, in real unsettled times.
my God. Just play those and her cackling and over and over and over. She's a laughing stock. And again, all of a sudden and by the way, I truly find this very hard to believe. Apparently now, Georgia is now a toss-up state. Battleground
Overnight.
Georgia, a toss-up state overnight. Landmark Communications poll, but it's only 400 likely voters, although likely voters mean more than just people they pick out of a phone book. But still, 400 voters. Trump has 1% above Kamala. In a six-way race, including the Libertarian and RB, whatever say, 1% over, which is not right.
When they say Georgia, it means they went outside here in Atlanta and talked to people. Because if you get outside of Atlanta, where I am, ain't nobody voting Democrat.
I know. And that's what they do. And again, but this is why I really hate polls, especially when something like this comes out. The Democrats love these things because now they can say, well, we're in, boy. And all of a sudden, the media starts picking this stuff up and people say, oh, my God, she could pull it off. I better get on the bandwagon. Or, oh, God, Trump is going to lose. Well, there I go. I'm not going to vote now. Just everything changes when you start getting all these polls, which mean nothing. The only poll that counts is the one on election day.
This is the honeymoon period. Everybody gets a bump in the honeymoon. Now we see what the Republicans do to counter this.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. Some of these.
Well, you got a soundbite there, Flounder?
Sorry, someone's just potted up my.
That's all right. Well, we got a break coming. We'll play. If you have some more Netanyahu, we'll play All You've Got. Also on Christopher Wray, if that stuff comes down too. And I'll talk more about what he said. In fact, we'll do that next. I don't want to do all just politics on this freaking idiot. But it's all coming up with a Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder and Robert Spector to 404-741-1230. If you'd like to join us, and we encourage you. Have a good one. We'll be right back.
It's time for your Georgia headlines presented by RBM of Atlanta, your Mercedes-Benz connection since 1964.
Heavy rain that rolled across Atlanta last night caused problems all over the metro Atlanta area. Emergency crews were busy responding to multiple incidents, including one Smyrna community where firefighters had to evacuate 12 residents from 5 multi-family homes. Cars that were parked in the cul-de-sac were underwater after the heavy rainstorm. The American Red Cross says they're assisting 19 people who were affected by the storms. Atlanta police are investigating a deadly shooting that left a man dead near Martin Luther King Jr. National Historical Park. According to the police department, officers found a black man in his mid-30s suffering from gunshot wounds. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Investigators are searching for the shooter, and they say they are focusing on a black Rolls Royce, hoping the incident was caught on camera.
For more on Georgia politics and the latest breaking news, follow Extra 1063 on social media or download the Extra 1063 app.
Horizon Background Screening is a fully licensed and insured private investigations firm that focuses on litigation support for law firms, criminal defense cases, and background investigations. We are also FCRA compliant and process pre-employment background checks, tenant screening, and background checks for volunteer organizations. Whether your business is a law firm needing anything from scene investigations to witness interviews, or a company that requires pre-employment background checks, we have the experience you need. Visit horizonscreening.com to learn more. That's horizonscreening.com.
Have you heard about Sonder and their Georgia-based Medicare Advantage health plans? Sonder Health Plans is committed to revolutionizing healthcare, making it straightforward, personal, and affordable. Call them and ask if you qualify for their fantastic $400 grocery card offer and $0 premiums. They've even got their own radio show and podcast called Weekend Wellness, dedicated to keeping all Georgians healthy and happy at every age. Call 800-331-2928 or visit SonderHealthPlans.com. Sonder Health Plans is an HMO with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in Sonder Health Plans depends on contract renewal.
When storms wreak havoc on your home, who do you trust to make things right? Look no further than Southern Exteriors. Hey, it's Tug. With over 25 years experience, they understand the urgency of storm damage. They offer emergency response and free estimates to assess the situation and get your home back on track. Southern Exteriors is committed to your home's long-term well-being. Whether it's roofing, siding, gutters, windows, or doors, they have the expertise to handle it all. Call 877-9-SOUTHERN or visit southernexteriors.co. southernexteriors.co. Southern Exteriors, restoring peace of mind one storm at a time.
At the Piedmont Bank, we're proud to be one of Georgia's largest community banks, focusing on serving businesses and the communities they serve. With headquarters right here in Metro Atlanta, our tailored banking expertise and solutions help meet the diverse needs of our customers so they have what it takes to grow, expand, and thrive. It's what elevates us above the rest. Find a location near you at Piedmont.bank and experience elevated banking for you and your business. The Piedmont Bank. Banking elevated. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
Self-employed in 2021, you may be entitled to up to $32,220 in COVID tax relief. At smartsctc.com, our ex-IRS auditors leverage credentialed knowledge to help you understand your claim with no upfront costs. Don't miss out on this opportunity to maximize the claim you're entitled to. Take our short eligibility quiz at smartsctc.com now. That's smartsctc.com.
Go. Just watching the podium princess, Karine Rajin. She's black, she's gay, she's a girl. Oh, my God. Shirley Temple is saying, well, President Biden did not make his decision to leave the ticket because of any health reasons. Oh, really? I mean, my God, how dumb do they think we are? She just said it. Oh, it had nothing to do with his health. No, he's fine. Jeez. Anyway, 334. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, and 50 Cent. Let's try to turn this up a little, Flounder, so you can enjoy this beautiful dancing waltz music here. Hold her in your arms, so kiss her on the neck, turns her lips to you. And rapper 50 Cent was suing Taco Bell, claiming the chain used his name and image without permission in an advertising campaign. The features the star being encouraged to change his name to 79 cent, 89 cent, or 99 cent. Rappers accusing Taco Bell of diluting the value of his good name. Part of Taco Bell's Why Pay More campaign back in 2008. Everything under $1. Well, there you go, 50 Cent. I'll bet he got millions. Our birthday list includes, speaking of Seinfeld, Michael Richards. Julia Louis-Dreyfus was with us a minute ago. Michael Richards is 75 today. Kramer from Seinfeld. And on this day in history, too bad he didn't destroy those tapes. In 1974, the tapes that Alexander Butterfield told the Senate about Richard Nixon's secret office recordings that sunk him for the Watergate cover-up. The Supreme Court ruled 1974, this day, he had to turn them over. Why he didn't burn them when the story came out, and he could have said, "Oh, I've got rid of those a long time ago." Thank God, but still, I mean, we learned a little more about history. And again, all that stuff was kept secret for a long time, and now I think that's all available. All the Nixon stuff. They still have not. I don't think released all of the Kennedy assassination stuff, have they? I don't think.
No, they have not.
Yeah,
it's still,
which is amazing to me. It's been 60 years. I mean, my God, literally 60 years.
What tells you all you need to know, that they were in on, that the federal government was behind it.
Yeah, and the same thing with the UFOs and space creatures that we may have actually captured. I mean, I think we had one. I think we may still have one down somewhere in an underground cavern in a secret. I mean, you don't know what these people have. You know, they have underground stuff. They have, secret caves underground if there's a nuclear war to put all the top people in there. So who's to know that they don't have an actual creature? He probably lived forever. Who knows?
They just hid and lied about a sitting president of the United States for 4 years who was mentally demented. Yeah. So what do you think they got hidden in a bunker out in, Nevada?
Yeah. I mean, by the way, think about it. Really, friends, think about this. The balls on these people. All of a sudden, they're expecting us to believe, one, that he's fine. Nothing's changed. And the podium girl, Shirley Temple, just said, "Oh, he's fine. It had nothing to do with his health stepping off the ticket." So they want us to believe that all of a sudden, like the day before the debate, something happened and he had just a really bad something or other. Oh, incidentally, I heard on the Glenn Beck show this morning, I was bits and pieces, and he had some kind of expert or an investigator, researcher, somebody was on. And his theory was this. His theory was that the doctor looking after President Washer daughter's Parkinson's disease misdiagnosed him the day of the debate and either underdosed or overdosed his medication so that he would be fine for the debate. I mean, this what a theory that is. And again, I don't doubt it. I don't doubt that he's got Parkinson's. Who knows? They're never going to tell us the truth. And if he had in the and again, the first thing I said when remember, he disappeared. When he was going to agree to the debate, he suddenly disappeared for 7 days.
What's he going to say tonight when he addresses the nation? Is he going to pull an LBJ and say, I'm out and I'm handing the reins over to her?
Way.
Would you be surprised?
Well, I mean, it would... well,
a
now,
coup.
Would that...
A complete coup done.
Yeah. On the other hand, would that help him? I think he's more concerned. I think Jill, the cuckold queen, is more concerned about their legacy. I think the final straw to get him to step aside was that Nancy Pelosi and suspected child molester Chuck Schumer went to him and said, "You're not getting a library unless you get off the ticket. We're going to give you like a little shed in the back, over on the beach, somewhere. We'll give you like a little 2-room shed for your freaking library, and we're going to release all those Heard tapes so they can hear you making car sounds." I mean, I'm sure that's what his legacy. He was trying to protect his legacy. That's the only thing they possibly could be caring about right now, is how people are going to feel about him when it's all over. And maybe they think that it will help his legacy by saying, you know what, there's been so much division and stuff, I'm going to step aside now and we'll start a whole new thing with America's first female black president, and maybe think that that's going to make him boost in popularity for his legacy now that it's all over.
And this is, and I can't stand the man, but this is the second worst week of his life, okay, after he lost his first wife and baby daughter in the car crash. The second worst week of his life, and his beloved Dr. Jill is in Paris for the frickin' Olympics.
Well, sure. Well, she's got to be in Paris, because it's Gay Paris, She's probably got a little something on the side over there. I bet she's got a couple Olympic officials, probably Germans on the side. Just guessing.
Why Germans?
Well, they're real anal over. I don't know. I'm just there's something about her. I'm telling you, there's something. I don't know.
Speaking of which,
yes.
A little advice for the kids out there.
All right, sir.
When you order a Supreme pizza, and you eat most of it, do not get extra cheese on top of it. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, I always get extra cheese.
I almost didn't make the show. I almost did not make the show. Right?
The lateness of the dialing into the satellite signal. Where's Pete? It's all right. 341. Oh, Lord. I haven't had a pizza in so long. I used to love pizza all the time. I don't
Every now and then,
I just don't do it anymore. Everything's changed. Anyway, 404-741-1230. 404-741-1230. Oh, speaking of the excitement, Flounder, let's do cut number 5 here just for fun. I think we heard a part of this yesterday, and it just kind of slipped by. This is an indication. We talked about all of a sudden now she's raised $180 million or something, setting all kinds of fundraising records for Kamala's side piece. The polls are going up because she's getting the big bump in popularity, and we all know this is going to happen. It's what always happens when something like this, an announcement happens. On the other hand, the fact of the matter is, here is Chuck Schumer. When he was introducing her, this is the sitting vice president of the United States, the woman whose Democrat Party said should become the first female and the first black female president of the United States. And they're so excited picking her in the ticket, they got rid of Slow Joe. She's now leading them. My God, the excitement for the Democrat Party. And here's Chuck Schumer introducing what they want to be the next president of the United States. Flounder, if you would, sir.
So now that the process is played out, from the grassroots bottom up, we are here today to throw our support behind Vice President Kamala Harris.
Away, woo-hoo.
I'm clapping. You don't have to.
Oh, my God.
Nobody was. Boy, stand up, Max. I mean, it's one of those moments.
Holy crap. I mean, holy crap.
Hold your applause.
Oh, God. And I don't believe that she will come close to beating Donald Trump. Again, it's
we're
all
lost. We're lost. It's over if she wins. We've said this before, but it really was. If this incompetent boob, it has nothing to do with her being a black woman. Condoleezza Rice, people would vote for her in a heartbeat. She's intelligent.
Absolutely.
This woman is a complete bimbo idiot.
Yeah. Yeah. And what scares me is that if she wins, it would also mean that more Democrats turned out than Republicans, which means more Democrats also voted for Congress and state representatives and governors and senators that are up for election. And that means a clean slate. If every Democrat, and they register, I'll bet you they're going to get, everybody in the world's got a fake ID is going to be voting Democrat. All those millions, I guarantee you the fix is in. There's something going on behind the scenes. And if she wins, it means everybody else wins. Because when they vote Democrat, it votes all the Democrat candidates. And if there are more votes for Democrat on that slate than there are Republicans, they win them all.
And enough videos showing all the big rallies that Trump is getting. He had big rallies 4 years ago, and he either lost or they stole it. It didn't matter. If you don't show up in November and vote, if you don't keep an eye out for cheating, it won't matter how many big rallies he has.
Well, maybe the people who refused to vote last time for Senate, here in Georgia in particular, are going to realize what they've done and what happened to our country in the last 4 years. Because we have liberal senators, and this is part of the Democrat process, and our country is at stake. I mean, it really is the threat to our republic. And it's the Democrats who are the threat to our very existence as our representative republic.
They're Marxists. They're no longer Democrats. They are socialists at best, communists and Marxists at worst.
Democrat parties just put out a big flyer, and it says, if you support mandating background checks, banning civilian purchases of assault weapons, that's a rifle, a one-shot rifle, banning civilian purchases of assault weapons, raising the federal minimum age to buy a firearm to 21. Please sign our petition today. Join the movement to pass a new amendment to the U.S. Constitution, a small act that can make a big difference. They want to change the Constitution for their liberal policies, including getting your guns and your ammo. They want to make it more difficult for you to buy the ammo for your guns. And by the way, this whole business about confiscation where they want to have you turn them in and make them ex post facto illegal, I don't think so. There will be an insurrection. There'll be gunfire in every major, every little town in America, I know that. The little towns are going to stand up first. Little towns where you're living right now, they're not going to put up with this kind of crap.
No one's going to do that. In the inner cities, the gangs aren't going to hand their guns over.
Yeah, we'll be right down. We'll bring all my buddies.
We can actually join with the inner city gangs in solidarity.
Yeah, we'll have our special guy clubs, our social clubs. Yeah, the Rat Boys. Yeah, just a social club. We'll all get together. Oh my God. Kimmer, Pete, Flounder, 404-741-1230. It's 3:45 already. Holy crap. Braves probably lost that first game. It must be pretty much a little close over right anyway.
Yes.
Doubleheader starts. Doubleheader's not till 6, I think. If I'm not mistaken. Now, for the record, I'm sorry, Flounder, you got music playing. When somebody buys a ticket for a game that's rained out, is that a free ticket for the first part of the doubleheader? Now, what about people who buy the ticket for tonight's game? Are they allowed to go to the doubleheader?
I don't
Wouldn't be enough room if all of them show up with all the tickets, I would think.
That's true. Rain check, you get something later on.
Yeah. Anyway, 3:46 now. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder on 106.3. Item.
How in the world was a shooter allowed to wait on that roof to shoot at the former president of the United States and a candidate in this year's election?
Catch Neil's commentary every day on Extra 106.3 and the Extra app.
Mark your calendars for the 2024 Ag Pro GON Outdoor Blast Sportsman Show, presented by Dallas Safari Club, Georgia Drive Chevy, and Georgia Outdoor News, starting July 26th through the 28th at the Lake Point Champion Center in Emerson, Georgia. Get ready for a weekend packed with excitement. Savor mouth-watering dishes at our Barbecue Village, featuring top-rated barbecue from 441 South, Inked Pig, Das Barbecue, and Crow's Barbecue. Meet former UGA quarterback Jake Fromm on Friday and Saturday as he shares stories from the gridiron and his outdoor adventures. Think you got what it takes? Enter the 30-30 Ministries $1,000 shootout on Saturday. Break a raw egg from 45 feet, qualify for the finals, and compete to win $1,000. And don't miss the 35th annual Truck Buck Shootout on Sunday. Watch as the best Georgia deer hunters compete for the Furminator G3 food plot implement and a brand new truck from John Meagle Chevy. For more information, visit GON.com. Georgia Outdoor News, Georgia's ultimate resource for hunting and fishing.
I enjoy a good night's sleep, and I like to breathe while I'm sleeping. My wife appreciates that, too. That's why I wear a CPAP. You want the right machine. You want expert advice. You want all the supplies that go with it. You get it all at CPAPs, etc. in Alpharetta. Machines, masks, tubing, filters, cleaning supplies.
Where your journey and destination are both important. Visit masterplanretire.com to schedule your complimentary consultation today.
Advisory services offered through Master Plan Retirement Consultants, Inc., a registered investment advisory in the state of Georgia. Insurance, tax, and commodity services offered through Fricks & Associates, Inc., DBA Master Plan Retirement Consultants. The aforementioned are affiliated companies.
The years fly by rapidly. Are your affairs in order so your loved ones are taken care of when that inevitable time arrives? This is Jim Niarchos from the All Four Seasons Home Show. This Saturday morning at 9, our guests will be the experienced pros from Nelson Elder Care Law. There are regulations